What's up, Big Blue Nation? I'm your boy Bradley B-Row, and I'm back again this week with another former Wildcat. And I have a guy on that you guys probably seen around the community. Good guy, we love him. Erik Daniels, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fine, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, it's always good to have guys on like yourself because you guys have so much in that brain that's been in there for years, man, about UK basketball, whatnot. But I guess I'm gonna start you off with you and one of your former teammates, Robbie Moss, had a walk this past weekend about the Black Lives Matter. I guess just talk to me how they got started and why was it important for you guys to do that?
Well, I gave Robbie a call one day, and it just so happened that we were both feeling the same, man. We felt that we needed to do something for the community. We both have children that are growing up here in Lexington, and we wanted to show them that we support the cause, and just speaking up and speaking out, it does matter. So we just wanted to show everybody that we're here and they have our support. And fortunately, we had over 20 UK former UK athletes come out and support us, and that was big for us.
Yeah, just talk about how important that was. Not only that you have other players come out, but you have people in the community. Just talk about how I guess it made you all feel to have so many people, I guess, support you all and be around you all and walk peacefully.
Oh, well, it was great, man. We had over 300 people attend the event. We had all walks of life. You know, we had the older, we had younger. We didn't get to walk like we wanted to because we couldn't get the support that we thought we would get from the police. So we just held it at Woodland Park, and it was more like a family reunion, a reunion type atmosphere. Everybody felt welcome. Everybody had fun, a good time. They got to conversate. We had some great speakers. Charles Booker came, Rochelle Ritchie. Those are two of our keynote speakers, and they shut it down.
Yeah. Well, that's good, man. I was really happy to see that, you guys be able to form it together because I had Robbie on a few weeks ago, and he was talking about, we need change, and that was good to see that. I'm gonna move forward on to your younger days, man. You grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio, went to Princeton High School. What was it like for you before you came to Kentucky? What was it like for you in high school, man, and growing up in the Cincinnati area? Because I know that you're so close, but a lot of people say, Kentucky, Cincinnati, Ohio, like they don't connect very well.
Oh yeah. For me, it was an interesting journey. You know, I bounced around from schools. I started out at St. Xavier High School my freshman year. Didn't really get to play much because I was in that growth spurt stage, developing, and I didn't really know what I had then. So it took figure out what was going on with myself. And fortunately, by the time I was a senior, I ended up being a player in the city of Cincinnati. And it was great competition during those times. I actually come down here my junior year, I played against George Baker. So we became friends because I love to compete against the best, and for me that was a great opportunity.
Yeah, coming out of high school, man, were you highly recruited, in the Cincinnati area by Ohio State, Cincinnati, Xavier? Like, what was the process, I guess, going into, coming to the University of Kentucky? What was your recruitment like?
Well, I really didn't blow up to my junior after my junior high school season. I only played 1 year AAU ball, so I really didn't have the opportunities that a lot of guys had. So I really had to get it moving really quickly. So I kind of blew up overnight. I think I wasn't ranked after my junior year, but I played one game, and all of a sudden I was top 5 in the state. And after that, Temple came to recruit me, and then once Temple started recruiting me, all the big schools started to come. So I was fortunate to embrace it and just keep playing and have fun with it. But
Mhm.
I had Ohio State recruited me, Xavier, Cincinnati didn't recruit me, but I was glad the UK jumped on board.
What was it about UK? You were like, you know what, man, I got to go there. What was it about? Was it the coach? Was it the program? Was some of the players that were coming in? What was that process?
Well, I'm a basketball guy. Any basketball team, I was always following. They had some of my favorite players, Jamal Mashburn and Derek Anderson. So now UK, but Cincinnati boys. So I always like Cincinnati, Xavier. Actually, North Carolina is my favorite team. But fortunately I had a chance to beat those guys 4 times while I was playing here. But it's been a great experience playing college ball at the highest level.
You were one of those rare players at Kentucky. You played 4 years there. Now that's not common now when you come to Kentucky, and you play with guys like Keith Bogans, Tayshaun Prince, Chuck Hayes. Just talk about your playing days at Kentucky, man. Being able to play with a lot of those guys who were highly talented like yourself.
Well, I was coming in knowing that I wasn't going to have the same role that I had in high school, so I had to kind of fit in and try to earn my minutes. Unfortunately, we had a very talented team my first couple years, so I had to fight and scratch for the minutes that I could get. And I really enjoyed competing against those guys because they made me better. So as I got older, my junior, senior year, I kind of blossomed. I worked more because I wanted to play more, and I wanted a chance to get to them. So I embraced it and just played my hardest and tried to learn as much from those guys.
Yeah, you were fortunate enough. You played very well. You hit the 1,000-point club. It was first team All SEC. What was it like playing for a guy like Tubby Smith? He's such a remarkable coach, and he had so much talent there. I know a lot of people kind of forget about it because Cal came in with his era, but just talk about Smith playing for him.
Oh man, it was tough. If you didn't play defense, you weren't gonna get on the floor. So that was the first thing that we had to change our mindset from being an offensive guy as to coming in and strapping down on defense. Fortunately, those first couple years, I think they were more talented teams than years. We just couldn't get it together. We had a lot of off-court issues that kind of hampered our success. But as we grew up, I think my class, we kind of gelled together because we had 5 seniors and we all kind of knew each other. We were like brothers. So we played well together. We fought, scratched. We were number 1 my last 2 years and got a 26-game winning streak. And that was just off of toughness and us just wanting to win more.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I remember because you were in college the same time I was. I was 2000, 2004. And I remember watching you guys, man, how, like you said, defensively tough you guys were, and mentally tough you guys were. I think that came from the coaching staff and even the players you had, watching guys like Gerald Fitch, Clint Azabuki. You guys, man, you guys just really had a defensive presence. And I guess what was those practices like, man, the battles and trying to be able to, earn your minutes on the court? I feel like you guys were battling against each other trying to figure out, how to get minutes.
Oh, man, some days the second 5 was better than the first 5. That second 5, they could start at many programs. So it was tough. Guys had to understand their roles, and also we had to fight because everyone wanted to play. So nobody wanted to sit the bench, but we were so talented, guys, had to sit. So playing for Tubby, it was an experience because he's a very strict coach, like a father. Make sure your class, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do outside of class. A lot of guys didn't like it during those times. They felt he was a little bit too hard on us, but it's all part of it because I try to do the same thing with the girls I coach now because I feel they give you a little bit more if they know you care for them.
Yeah, I totally understand that. And I guess we're going to talk about your coaching career. You're now going into your second year at Woodford County High School, coaching the girls there. Just talk about that. How honored were you to get that job? And, I guess now with all the COVID going on, how are you able to keep in contact and be able to get the girls ready for this upcoming season?
Well, my first season, it was a fun experience. I had a senior-oriented team, so we're going to be rebuilding this year. We lose 8 girls from our team last year. We're going to be probably the youngest team in the state. So we started working on Monday was our first day that we were allowed to get together, and we start our conditioning. We're on the track right now. I know a lot of people don't like putting in the work conditioning, but it's necessary. So for us to be successful, I have to get into them now and kind of instill my principles and let them know what I expect out of them and what I want because I don't like losing.
Yeah, I know you don't. You're very competitive. That's how you play. Very competitive. Don't like to lose. I guess what going into getting that job, you have guys like Dennis Johnson, who's the athletic director there. They brought in Jerron Brown, who was a former player at Bryan Station and played at Pittsburgh. Just talk about what's going on there in Woodford County. Are they trying to change the culture there in the program, I guess?
I believe so. I believe they want to get guys in there that know the game, and whatever sport you're playing, they have some of the best coaches. If it's girls softball, baseball, basketball, we have some of the best around. But fortunately, we have 3 African-American guys in very prominent positions there in Woodford. And I feel and they've accepted us with open arms, and they've let us instill our principles onto the children, and I think it's working out great.
Yeah, it's good to see that, man. You don't see it very often in schools anywhere, but definitely in Kentucky, have guys that were like yourself played at a high level, be it being coaching, at the high school level. It's good to see. You played professionally for 10-plus years, man. You were with Sacramento. You played in the G League, and you went overseas, man. You've seen it all. Just talk about your playing career, man, for 10 years, because a lot of guys don't make it out there. I know that everybody wants to make it to the NBA, but obviously if you really love the game, you'll play anywhere. Just talk about what you did in your journey kind of in your playing days.
Well, I started off with Sacramento with the Kings. Got a chance to play with some great players, Chris Webber, Peja Stojakovic, Mike Bibby, right when they were starting to break up that dynasty there. I learned a lot from those guys. I learned how to be a pro, how to become better, how to put the work in. Kind of guided me for the rest of my career as I went to the G League and played overseas for a few years. And I think that I knew that I would always be a coach, so I took those experiences and learning from the other great coaches that I had and tried to instill those little bits and pieces from each culture, each country, just to tie it in with my coaching philosophy.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, you were able to travel the world and see a lot of people, probably learn some different languages, eat some different food.
Oh, yeah.
You know, did you pick up any languages? Did you learn anything while you were overseas?
Oh, yeah. Well, I took Latin in high school, and I really enjoyed Latin, so that kind of made it easy for me to learn Spanish, Italian. I could speak a little bit of Russian. So it just, wherever I went, I try to learn the culture so I can fit in a little bit so the teammates, they would accept me more. They see that a guy that's trying to fit in and trying to learn their country. I mean, they respect you a lot more, and they take you in. You know, they treated me like family in some places. I would go to family cookouts, barbecues. I would get invited to everything, and I would embrace it and have fun and just act like I was from there.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm going to put you on the spot here. Can you say something in a different language to me, like, hey, how you doing? Or do you know, are you still refreshed with that?
Oh, yeah. Privyet kakdelai. That means that's in Russian. Hello, how are you?
Okay. That's pretty good, man. I'm pretty impressed you kept that up there. I know you studied it well. A lot of times, you know, when I go back and I cover the UK team, I see you on the sidelines. You bring your family to the games. You're around the program. Just talk about being back, watching some of these guys on the team. What is your thoughts? And Coach Cal, I guess I'll start with him. Coach Cal, what's your thoughts on his coaching style? And then moving on to some of the players. Do you have any of the favorite players that came through the program when you go back to watch?
Well, I love what Coach Cal is doing. You know, he has it tough trying to bring these young guys in, trying to win with one and dones, and I commend him for that, because I know if I had to coach freshmen every year, I'd drive myself crazy. But I think it's good for the program to have these high-named athletes here, because, you know, it only brings the next group in. You know, each year we have maybe one of the top classes every season. So it says a lot about what Coach Cal is doing and his philosophy and what he expects out of those guys and what those guys expect out of him. Mm-hmm. My favorite player probably I don't know, probably since I left, I'll probably have to say DeMarcus Cousins in that group. You know, I like watching those guys. I like how they came in. They were the first wave. They kind of changed the course of college basketball when they came here. You know, they had 5 guys get drafted first round. You know, that's unheard of nowadays. And to see what they're doing now as pros, and each one of those guys, I think, have max contracts. So, you know, they did things their own way, but they did it the right way.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, like you said, I think everybody's pressuring Cal now to get another ring, but we see how hard it is out there. You know, you might have the best recruiting class, but sometimes it comes down to team, and sometimes, you know, things don't work out. You know, the ball doesn't bounce your way. Then you'd be very patient, you know, for Coach Cal to win a game. But I guess during this time, man, I know you've been, you know, protesting and trying to get your team together. But what are some of the other things you've been doing with your kids, like during the COVID? Have you been watching a lot of Netflix? Have you been exercising? What have you been doing during this whole, I guess, quarantine time?
Well, my kids, they're athletes also, so we've been doing a lot of training. They taught me into buying a Vertimax, so we've been training on the Vertimax just about every day, trying to get in shape, trying to be ready if there are some sports in the fall. So they're all about preparation also. So that I think they push me to push them, because they want to be great. They want to be better than me. And as a dad and as an athlete, I couldn't ask for more.
Yeah. I only imagine. How hard has it been for you? I guess, you're going your second year coach. I know you been assistant coach before, but how hard is it for you to kind of prepare yourself as a coach to get your team ready when it is time in the fall? I know you said you've been doing conditioning, but like just your mindset, you're, thinking of plays and situational things. How tough has it been for you?
It's been kind of hard this season because we expected, because last year I didn't get a preseason with them, so I didn't get to do anything in the summer because I just got hired and all my paperwork wasn't completed. So I was anticipating to get to do some things this summer with the girls, but unfortunately we've been in the house. So I had kind of changed my philosophy a little bit for this season. I'm kind of going into like AAU mode. You kind of got to go off the fly. Coach to what you have. I don't have much experience. I don't have much size, so we're just gonna have to play a little bit faster this year and kind of wing it and see what happens.
Well, you know what? If you instill what you did on the basketball court into those girls, I have no doubt that you will be just fine because I know you work very hard and you're a winner and you hate to lose, and so I think if you instill that into those girls you're coaching, I think you'll do a good job. I want to say, hey, Erik, man, thank you for taking a little bit of time, man. It's always good catching up with you. Best of luck of you, man, in coaching those girls, man. I know it's going to be a difficult season, but I think you will do a great job, man. Just keep your head up.
Well, thanks for having me, man. I really enjoyed this.